Hey guys, so today I decided I'm gonna start tackling trimming up the redbud tree that we have in our backyard. This one right there. I think it's maybe 10 to 15 years old, and I'm not sure that anybody's really trimmed it or pruned it over those years, so I'm gonna tackle that today. I did some research and it seems like the best time to do that is during the summer. What I'm gonna do is any branches that are crossing inwards into the main part of the tree, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of those just to help with air circulation throughout the plant. And then also I noticed yesterday on one of the branches at the end there's a bunch of webworms forming a nest, so I have a couple of tools to help eliminate that as well. So the tools that I have today are different size pruning shears. So the little ones will be for smaller branches that may be dead or crossing the wrong direction, and then the larger ones for any larger diameter as well. Gloves as usual. The trash bag here is going to be for smaller branches, also mainly for the webworm nests that I'm going to take down, so you have to be pretty careful removing those, just making sure you don't leave any on the tree because they'll just keep trying to form nests, and it will eventually kill your tree. So that's mainly what the bag is for, and then some alcohol, so I'll be cleaning the shears if I take any diseased branches off. And then before I start as well, be cleaning it with the alcohol so we don't spread any diseases. Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear me over the AC unit behind me, but here is where the webworms are starting to form their nest. You can kind of see some of the nest lines here. And there's at least one worm right there. I think the others might be, oh yeah, there they are. Right there, if you can see that. They just kind of form this nest and ends up killing the leaves here like that. So we definitely don't want that to spread. And it looks like they're all the way up here on this branch, so I think most of this branch will be coming down. So you can see how low some of these branches are. Like this one can't even hardly, get a lawnmower underneath it, even just walk underneath it. We have some random dead branches that are just kind of hanging here. Like this one has no leaves on it, so I'll end up cutting that one off. It's just not healthy for the tree to have dead or diseased branches on it. And then some branches that are kind of crossing into the middle here, we're gonna take off as well. And one more thing, our main goal today is obviously to clean it up a little bit and get rid of the webworms, but I also want to trim up the bottom part of the plant, of the tree, so that we can get a lawnmower underneath it. So right now we're just kind of having to hold the branches up while we're running the mower underneath it, and it's actually just kind of a pain and also dangerous. We've gotten scratched a couple of times and it's just not ideal. So we're gonna raise the tree up, essentially raise the branches up, so get rid of the bottom layer, and that way we can make room to make a nice mulch tree ring underneath, because right now there's just not a lot of room to work underneath there. So let's get started. so much better. So I can actually stand under here without getting hit in the head for the most part. I found a couple of branches that are too large in diameter for even my large pruning shears, so I have to go get the big guns out of the garage. We have like a super large pruning knife to go get that, to get some of these. So let's see, so like this one, it's probably 2.5 inches in diameter, and I think the large pruning shears I have are for up to 1.5 inches. So getting the large ones in here to make this a clean cut, that way we don't infect or disease our tree by making a really rough cut or breaking the branch off. So I'm gonna go get those and then we'll keep going. Okay, so I think I've got the bottom cleaned up pretty good. I'm gonna try and show you guys, do like a walk around, but this is the underneath. So much better. Can stand under here. I don't have to duck. Can probably fit the lawnmower underneath here. And see if I can show around. So it's not extending like past the fence line anymore, and I cut some branches on the back side so that it's not like hanging over the AC unit. And then yeah, so I think it looks much better. At some point we may have to kind of trim this top piece that seems to be overreaching from the rest of the tree, but I think for right now I've done enough pruning. That's a lot of tree, so I don't want to shock it, but this is actually like workable condition. So yeah, I think it looks good. Well guys, I think that's about it today. So got a lot done in a short period of time. Once you start pruning any plant or tree, it goes pretty quick when you just kind of get an understanding of which pieces you want to get rid of and how, you know, the picture in your mind of how you want the tree to be shaped. It's pretty quick work once you get started. So other than that, I don't think I'm gonna like cap any of the pieces on the trunk. I know some people like to just cap them to keep them from getting diseased, but these are pretty small. And actually, I was reading or doing some research that capping it can, depending on the type of tree, I think, can actually kind of keep the humidity in and you don't get any airflow. So it can actually be more prone to disease. Again, I think that's the type of tree, and I've seen back and forth. So I'm just going to decide not to cap them, but I think that's just up to everybody individually. Yeah, other than that, I'm really excited to get started on doing some tree rings. This is not the only tree in our yard. I think we have 4 or 5 total that the branches are really low. It's hard to mow around them, and it's hard to do any work underneath them. So this is the first one, and I'll show some videos of the other trees as we get going. And I'll also hopefully be able to show some of the work that we do underneath them. So I'm gonna be putting a mulch ring and then you know, some edging, possibly some rocks around the edging just to keep the grass and the weeds out. We have a lot of weeds. Yeah, so I'm just gonna wrap up today by fertilizing and watering it in, and yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. Thanks guys. Do you think it looks good? Do you think it looks good? Do you want to play? Oh. Ready? Yeah. Good job.